Is butter basting BS? That's what I want to know today. You see it all over YouTube. People lovingly basting their steaks with garlic and herbs and butter and making it taste delicious. I want to know, for all that extra work, what am I going to get for that? Am I going to get a little bit better, or are we getting a lot better? We're going to find out today. So we have two identical steaks here, filet mignons. We're in Uptown today. So I'm going to go ahead and run this experiment. We're going to sear both of these and cook them to the desired doneness. One of them I'm going to butter baste with thyme and garlic. And the other one I'm going to make a thyme and garlic compound butter. Basically, a compound butter is just softened butter with stuff mixed in. And then we're just going to put it on top and let it melt and let it rest. And I want to taste the difference. We'll see which one is better. Before we get started, let's talk about the pros and the cons of butter basting. The good parts. You have this nice sauce that you make with the butter and the garlic and the thyme. Also, it continually cooks that butter so you get that nice nutty flavor from a brown butter sauce. Here are some of the cons of the butter basting method. It takes a long time. It's hard to do for a lot of steaks, and you risk overcooking it. If you don't get that perfectly, if you don't get that first cook just right, then you're continually overcooking it as you butter baste it. So it has some pros and cons. Let's go and test to see if the flavor is that much better. So let's make our compound butter. We're going to start with peeling and chopping the garlic. I like to take the side of my knife and really crush these garlic pieces so that they really permeate throughout the entire compound butter. We're then going to take our thyme leaves, take them off the stem. It's a little tedious, but it's worth it. We're going to add everything in the bowl, mix it with the softened butter, and we're going to put it in our saran wrap. Now, you have to mess up the first time. I've never got it right on the first time. Keep trying. This is the trickiest part. I hate plastic wrap because it always messes up. We're going to try it one more time, and let's see. I think I'm going to get this one. I'm excited. Here we go. Boom. I love compound butter on everything, whether it's steaks or fish. It really helps out if you just have this rolled up in your fridge at all times for any time you need to really up any kind of recipe, any kind of meat recipe. So it really helps out. Butter makes everything better. Now we're on to the meat. We're going to season both steaks. It's just salt and peppers. Keep it nice and simple. Pan's getting smoking hot, so now we're going to try and not set off the fire alarm, but I make no guarantees. Moving it around the pan, really trying to get a really good sear on there. We're going to flip and put them right into the oven. Probably about anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes. The butter basted steak we're going to pull at rare, and the compound butter steak we're going to pull at a medium rare. So all right, so we pulled our compound butter steak, and now we're going to work on the butter basted steak. So we'll put our thyme in there. We'll put our crushed garlic clove. Keep it on low heat. Just let that residual heat from the pan melt this butter. And that thyme will infuse that melted butter. Thyme and the garlic, and then we do our basting thing. All right. All right, so we baste it for a couple minutes. I think we are ready to go. Let's let this thing rest. Let's cut them open. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got our butter basted steak right here, butter basted filet. We'll keep that on there just so we know the difference. I don't want to get it confused. And then we have the filet with just the compound butter. Same time, and garlic, but it's mixed in the butter, so it's a little less finicky, a little less preparation is required. So Now, before we cut these open, I want to also tell you about the Butcher Wizard line of butcher knives, now on Amazon. So you can get your 10-inch breaking knife or your 6-inch boning knife, and you can cut your own beautiful tenderloin like this. Check the link in the description for the video where I break it down and where you can get the knives. All right, so first, let's go with our compound butter steak. It's cooked beautifully, I might say, and that compound butter looks so good. That's really good. The downside to the compound butter is that garlic is still kind of that raw garlic flavor, so it's got a really big bite to it. But still, the flavor is pretty good. Let's go to our butter basted steak. It's kind of funny, when I came up with this idea, I really didn't know what the outcome is going to be. I'm as interested as you are. Here's our butter basted steak. Flavor is really good. I have to say, I thought that the compound butter was going to win because I don't like to do extra work. But man, this butter basted steak may have made me a convert. So that brown butter sauce is really, really good. And it permeates throughout the top of the meat, which I didn't think it would in such a short period of time. So I have to say, I am now converted to the butter basted steak. Next time, I'm gonna take the extra time and do it like this. If you like this video, check out the next one. It's right here. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video, so click on it and tell me if they're right. See you on the next one.